Guys, it's me Mohammad Moin. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, I will be discussing the implementation of K nearest neighbors classifier on a glass dataset that I have downloaded from Kaggle. You can also easily download it from Kaggle. You just need to write on Google glass dataset Kaggle, and the first search that appears, you just need to download from the dataset from here. And after clicking the first search, this window will appear, and you can, by clicking here, you can download it. So in this video tutorial, I will be implementing K nearest neighbors classifier using scikit-learn library on glass dataset. To implement this algorithm, or to implement any algorithm, you just need to perform first of all some steps, which is collecting the data. Then you need to analyze the data. You need to perform exploratory data analysis. Then you need to do the data wrangling. You will see that if you will check basically if there are any missing values or null values. So you just need to replace the missing values, or you can remove the missing values. You can replace the missing values by the mean, or you can just remove the missing values. If there are a lot of missing values in any column, you can even remove that column. Or if there are some missing values, you can either remove it or replace it by the mean value, looking at the conditions which have been given to you and what basically you need to predict. Then you need to perform the train test split. Basically, in any data set, 80% of the data is considered to be for the training purpose, and 20% data is considered for the testing purpose. Then you can check accuracy. You can find the accuracy score. You can go through the F1 dash scores. You can check the confusion matrix. And there was a question when we were discussing K nearest neighbors classifier through slides, that how we can choose the value of K, how to choose the value of K that gives minimum error and better accuracy. So this point will be clear over here. I will be explaining you through graph how you can choose the value of K that gives better accuracy and minimum error. So let us start with, so first of all, we need to import the libraries. So here, as you can see, I am just importing all the required libraries which I need over here. So I import pandas spd, import numpy, import matplotlib.pyplot.spld, import cborn sns, and from sklearn.model-selection, import train-test-split. You can ask that there is a library missing, which is I have not imported over here K neighbors classifier. I have imported in the end. After a train test split, I have imported K neighbors classifier. So after adding the required libraries, you need to, if you have a CSV file, you need to retrieve the data from the CSV file. If you have a JSON file or a data in any other format, you just need to read it from the specified file. So now you can check the data. I have written here 100. You can just write 10, and you can just go through the first 10 rows here as well. And if I do write here, if I leave it empty, don't write anything over here, it may give me by default the first 5 rows basically. So in the next step, you need, after collecting the data, importing the libraries, then you need to analyze the data. So I will just use count plot to check the variables in the type column, and how much, if they are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 values, their count, like 1 in the type column, 1 is appearing almost 70 times, while 2 is appearing about 75 times, 3 is appearing about 18 times. So count plot gives me an idea of each variable in the column. Like here I can see that 4 is missing. There is no 4 value. 1 2 3 5 6 7, we don't have 4 value in the type column. Now further moving, you can even plot a histogram. You can check the unique values in any column. You can do the distribution plot to check the density, and you can do the data.describe to find the mean in each column, counts and minimum value, standard deviation, maximum value in each of the column. And you can, in the next step, you can even do the correlation, data.correlation, and you can even do a heat map on it, like here you can see. So if you are confused, you are unable to understand it, what's all this data analysis, in the coming days I will be making a detailed tutorial on exploratory data analysis. I will be explaining every single thing. What is count plot, what is REL plot, what is this plot, and why we do exploratory data analysis. In this video, in that video tutorial, I will be explaining each of these things. In the third step, we basically perform data wrangling. Why we do data wrangling? To clean the data if they are, to check the data, and to clean the data. So if there are any missing values, I can remove them or either replace them by the mean value. So it's on my choice depending on the conditions which I have. So if I check it here, I don't have any missing value. So you can also do like this thing. So you can see that there are no null values, NaN values in any of my columns. So this shows that basically if there are any values or any missing values, there will be appearing 1 2 3 4. So even you can do a heat map to check visually if there are any missing values or not. If there are any missing values, there will be bars are appearing over here. So it helps you find out, check out that there are these missing values over here in these columns. Now in the next step, you can do a train test split and apply k nearest neighbors algorithm on it, k nearest classifier algorithm on it. It's better to do standard scalar on the input values. So if there are any outliers or any, basically it makes the data internally consistent, which is basically each data type has the same content and format. So standardized values are useful for tracking data, and basically it rescales the value into a range 0 and 1. Standardization basically typical means to rescale the data to have a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1 with unit variance. So I hope things are very clear about standard scalar. Basically standard scalar remove the mean and scale each feature or variable to unit variance. So after doing standard scalar, we do the train test and split. Here I am considering 75% of my data as training data and 25% of my data as testing data. And now here I am applying k neighbors classifier over here. Initially I am considering the value of k as 18. So I am considering 18 nearest neighbors basically. And here I am using matrix, choosing metric as Euclidean. We have discussed other two in our slides as well, which include Minkowski and Manhattan as. So now here I'm performing the training step. Here I'm training my data set, and in the next step over here I'm predicting the values over here, and I'm just importing classification report, confusion matrix, and F1 dash score and accuracy dash score to check the effectiveness of our model, or you can say that how good my model is performing. I'm just going to check over here, and you can say that here I'm getting the classification report, and here I'm just obtaining the confusion matrix, and here I'm finding the accuracy, which is 0.666. And now basically one thing missing. I have told you that we will be looking how to find the value of k, which gives the minimum error. So basically you need to perform all these steps, and if you move ahead below, so after performing these steps you just obtain a graph like this. So here you can see that this is basically on y-axis I have error rate, and on x-axis I have k value of k. So if you see on k is equal to 18, I am getting the minimum error. So I will choose the value of k as 18, while on the value of k is equal to 2, I am getting the maximum error. So if I write the value of k is equal to 2, like here, if I write n nearest neighbors k value of is equal to 2, so my accuracy will be compromised and it will not be as good as it is coming in k is n dash neighbor is equal to 18 or k is equal to 18. So let us check it as well. So you can see here my accuracy is now 0.55, while previously my accuracy was 66%. So my accuracy has been compromised as well. You can check other find use other distance formula as well, Minkowski and Manhattan as well. So That's all from this video tutorial. I hope you found it interesting as well. So see you all in the next video tutorial. Have a good day. Goodbye.